Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Monday-Runday. Huh. Go, go, go. Oh, jeez. Let's see if this works. There we go. How's everyone doing tonight? We turn these trains down for a second. All right. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I was trying to run one of the new engines, but it keeps on throwing traction tires, which not surprised. Give me a second. Grab my water. All right, let me spin this around. There we go. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Monday-Runday. If you're new, welcome. If you're old, welcome as well. I don't judge. I saw we had a bunch of new subscribers this week, so welcome to the channel. It's just been crazy up here. I got some new pieces from that train show. I actually posted the video if you guys are interested in watching it. And some of the people in chat have already watched it from like comments and stuff. But the 2025, I got that working. The smoke unit needs to be cleaned up. And then the Erie Pacific engine is got a issue with the traction tires because it stopped back there somewhere and it just went. Poof. I was like, oh man, really? That's why I had to like grab the train and like drag it back. So I might end up like gluing them on or something or getting new ones. But I think I have some traction tires in the boxes over there. But got lots of people in chat. Let me go back. Go way back. Sorry, I missed a lot of you guys. All right. Before the stream even started, we had Gus. We had Rail Fan Roger. Hello, hello. Melissa Mouse Talk. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Brandon's Trains. Welcome, welcome. Then we had myself. Welcome. Raylan, how's it going? Hot Georgia. Hopefully you guys are safe. That hurricane's coming right up. Actually, we're gonna get it on Wednesday, or at least the tropical storm or depression of that. We also have Jerry. What's up, man? We have Artie. How's it going? Hello, hello. Tom's Trains. What's up? And Split Rock. Good evening, everyone. Good evening as well. Tom's Trains again. Railfan Roger. He's there. Welcome, welcome. Brandon's Train said hello. Oh, he's the man with all the questions. I'll get to you in a second, buddy. I promise. Jamie's modding tonight. Thank you so much for being here, helping out. Nikki's at work until late, so I don't have a live mod here in studio or on premise. But thank you, Jamie, so much for your time. I'm sure RJ might stop in later. He's my other mod, and we also have Matt. So all great channels. If you guys are interested in like adventure work, train stuff, just vlogging stuff, check out both their channels. They do great work. And that's why I made them. They're good friends of mine. I made them mods, and they're always here. Got my back just in case we get any interesting moments of the stream, as some of you YouTubers in here may have experienced before. Yeah, Brendan, I'll get to your question in a second. Terry's Trains Down Under. Good day, good day. Yes, everything's going great. It's been a hot, muggy day out here in good old Pennsylvania. It's just been, well, you guys know, if you live in the Mid-Atlantic, it's, Mid-Atlantic weather. Nice and muggy. Funkmaster, how's it going? Trigoglin. I think, yes, Trigog. I always get that. I always feel like I get your name wrong. And then there's also my buddy from that DA Griffin Hobby. I got his name really wrong, and I'm really sorry. I know we watch videos back and forth of each other's channels, but at first I thought it was Dragonfly, and it was like my fault completely. So I apologize for that. Anyone's channel I get wrong, just make sure you send me a verbal kick so I don't say it wrong. Oh, John, how's it going? Sean, hi from PA. Okay, I'll get to your guys' questions in a second. Oh man, so many great people in here. All right, so Brendan gets first dibs on the question. And just letting everyone know, I'm doing fine. It's been a decent Monday, typical Monday, a lot of weird traffic in on my commute to work. Didn't see any trains this time. Sometimes I'll catch a train, but I did catch a train at my office, which is awesome. It goes right by there. We got the CSX old B&O main line right through there, and I think it was ES. I don't know these new engines very well. I always have to look them up, but it was the ES unit from GE. I think I looked it up. It was like an ES 44 dash something. So it was an ugly looking thing. I can tell you that. It hasn't seen a paintbrush in probably 15 years. But yeah. So I did see a train at work. It was kind of cool. And then I drove on a street around where I work in the Baltimore area. there used to be a train line in the middle of the road, so it kind of helped out, you know. So Ray at Golden Leaf, what's going on? We are doing great. All right, so we have 3 questions here. Before I go any further, I don't want to run over your guys' questions. So Brendan asked first, what's your favorite PS1 engine? That is a really hard question because I don't own a lot of PS1 stuff. I own 3, but out of the 3, I'd have to go with all 3 of them. They're a little bit different each way. Like my Baldwin's got a smoke unit, and the K4 I have is a Rail King 027, so it's not very detailed, but it sounds great, runs great. And then my Western Maryland is extremely detailed. It's a Premier, but it does not smoke. So kind of like a trade off, but I love all PS1. I'll just say that. I'll make it fair. We also had another question up here. Oh, okay. We got a Jerry question. How was the show? Anyone who is in Pennsylvania or around Pennsylvania are willing to make the drive to it's Cootstown. Definitely do it for the October show if you can. It's not like a Greenberg. It's not like a private show. It's just an uh, open space. You just walk on in and shop, and it's free parking. But the other question is if they had S gauge at the show. They did. They had about, I'd say, 5 to 10 tables of S gauge, and it was old stuff too. Nothing like the newer Lionel takeover stuff. It was all classic American Flyer. They had some old transformers. You peel up the or not peel, but you take up the arms when you're ready to walk away, and just like a real locomotive. They had a couple of those transformers. Not familiar with their stuff at all, other than I know it's 2 rail AC, which is pretty cool. But yeah, yeah, it was a great show. There's another one in October. I'm not sure what day it is because they're already October is just like so much going on. The other question we had, thought we had another question. I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just just give me a holla. I'll try to answer to best of my knowledge, and if it's conversation, go right ahead. And I'm sorry I missed a lot of your guys' comments up top. Like YouTube now, I have it set so only subscribers can write in, basically, and it's to try to filter out bots. So it's nothing against you guys. I love y'all. It's just we get some bots. We had one bot attack about, oh god, it's about 5 weeks now, but it really screwed up the stream. So let's see. All good. Glad I could stop in. Thank you so much for being here. Sean, another PA guy. Does that mean Dockman's in the house? I was gonna say I believe he's from Jersey. Let's see. We go down here. The hurricane is Ida. Yeah, she's a witch. I'm not. Ida's not very nice, according to what's going on down south. I wish I could go down there and help people out, but I got to stay here and work. Hi from PA. Was there any? Okay, okay. That was Sean's question. I'm so sorry. Like I mixed up 2 different people. Let's see. All right, I think I'm caught up on some comments. If I missed anyone's comment, you can rewrite it at the bottom. Like it's freaking out, of course. Thank you, YouTube. I did reset the router. One of my viewers reached out and was like, "Hey, try doing some router settings." So thank you. I'll keep your name a secret, but I got an email from a viewer and that he had some experience in the networking world, and he said, "Hey, reset your router to this," and I did that. So far so good. Also had to update the Mac today. So yeah, a lot of fun. All right. So Robert, hey, welcome. Henry, welcome. All right. So yeah, one of my viewers as well, it's in St. Louis. He mentioned the big boy too. He said he couldn't get near it. He said it was so crazy. He got a picture of it, and I think Jawtooth, which is another YouTube channel, he got up close to it, but he said it was crazy. Just yeah, I don't understand why it's got to be like a hostile situation. We're just watching trains, but sometimes that's how it is. All right, let's see. We had Railfan Roger ES44AH. Probably. The engine, I looked it up on CSX's, or actually, no, it's like the Railfan photo database, and it gave me a little blip of information about her. And I just took a picture of it. And I actually looked over, and there's a guy like working right there. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I love trains." He's like, "Oh man, it's cool. It's cool." I felt so bad because it's someone's like cube was right next to this common area out the window. So yeah, he was cool. I just didn't want to be a jerk and interrupt. All right, let's see. How many trains do you have? Oh, geez, a lot. I've got a ton of trains up here, all different road names and things like that. But I would just say a lot. I mean, I got the wall behind me that I've been featuring in a lot of my videos, like talking to the camera type videos for like reviews and stuff. But that's just the motive power wall. Just on there, I've got one, two, three, four. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Just on the wall, I got 24 running locomotives, all different road names, all different styles, and all that stuff. But yeah, I've got a lot of trains, and I'm actually thinking about expanding the layout a little bit more. I haven't thought up through it yet, but yeah, I want to go like towards that way on the layout to make a larger loop. But I would love to display all these engines, and I've got tons of cars underneath the platform on the storage racks, but I wouldn't be able to like display them unless I went on the rafters of the wall and stuff. It'd look really claustrophobic in here. Like right now, it looks kind of open, and I think the room is 12 feet. I think the room is actually it's like 13 feet wide. Uh, so my layout's about 12 feet, or I think it's like 11 and some change. 11 feet long by on this side it's like 6 foot. But I have thought about expanding this out so I can have an 072 loop in here. And then it'd have to be able to remove itself so I can get into that closet there and the one on the left. All's America. The edge of it is going. Oh, oh, geez. Yeah, be careful, man. That's a witch and storm. It's awful. They have flyer that looks like October 16th for the next show. I believe so. That sounds familiar. I'm not sure if I'll be in town or not. There's a couple of other rail events I might go to. Um, yeah, October's always busy, like really busy. And then there's also a Greenberg show down in Maryland, and then also a friend of mine's show. It's a friend of a friend. He's actually hosting a show up in the Scranton area, and he's never hosted a show, at least in that aspect. But I'd like to check it out and support. But it is a little bit of a drive. It's about 3.5 hours from me, so I don't know if I'll make it out there. But yeah, Flyer stuff's cool. I just don't own any of it. I'm not against Flyer. I joke around. I call it the dark side, but honestly, they're still trains. Like trains are trains. I'm not gonna knock them. That's um, yeah, trains are trains. I have N scale stuff. I got rid of all my HO stuff. I gave it to RJ, but I still run my N scale stuff whenever I feel like it. So let's see. Streaming a lot smoother. Awesome. Yeah, I upgraded the computer to I call it El Crapitan. That's the next the next Apple update. It's like a El Crapitan 2.0 or something, or 3 point whatever decimal. That's just what I call it. That's all. I just joke around with that. Jawtooth caught it several times. I'll have to check out his video, but I did see he posted a community link about that. Melissa Mouse Talk. I saw 611 this weekend. Awesome. What was your thoughts of that engine? That's a pretty sweet engine. I when I saw that the first time, I was just like, it looks like a spaceship, and I was joking. I called it oh god, what did I call it? I called it a Stanley Thermos on wheels, just because of the front of the nose cone. But it's a gorgeous engine. I know it's a foreign beast. It belongs several hundred miles south of us, but it is a great engine. I can't knock it. I'm hoping to get a Lionel 2037 for my birthday. That is a sweet engine too. That I think it might be a prairie engine, but those are cool. I actually saw one this weekend. I wasn't too sure about it because they had a 2025, so I picked that up instead. But it's on the list. I've got a list of post-war. I want like one of each steam engine from the post-war, at least one variation of each one. I know it's kind of greedy, but I love post-war steam engines. I think they're, excuse me, I think they're gorgeous pieces. Uh, 264. Yeah, it might. Is that a prairie? Might be prairie. Rail fan Roger, I'll probably be in Strasbourg on Friday. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you'll have a great time. I'm not sure if 611 will be running that Friday, but you should have a great time no matter what. Like Strasbourg's always a good day out there. Split Rock, does Strasbourg own the 611? No, no way. Uh, I believe it's owned by the museum, Virginia Museum of Transportation, or yeah, and they only have it for like another month. So if you guys haven't seen it, you got to get out to Strasbourg as soon as possible. Like I'm trying to get um, Heath from Humanity City Junction to come up here or down here. It's down because he's up there. Come down here and visit and check it out before it's gone. Timonium show October 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, I think that's what my buddy's show is in Altoona, Bernie Model Railroad. But I'm most likely going to check out Timonium, and then we'll see if I can get there on Saturday or so. Trigon, we have our favorites though. Oh yeah, we all have our favorites. Yeah, exactly. Like I've got an addiction for K4s, and I'm honestly looking for a scale K4 because right now I've got two post wars, the Rail King, which is 027, which is semi scale, and yeah, I really would like a K4 that's scale, but they are really awkward looking. I don't know. I got to find a really good one. Probably an MTH, honestly. It belongs in the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. Well, the only thing is, it's not a Pennsylvania locomotive. You get someone out there, it's like, oh, it's not Pennsylvania. Like I got that vibe at the BNO. One of the attendants, I asked him when's the GG1 getting restored, and he was like, well, it's not a Baltimore and Ohio locomotive, so it's never getting restored. And I was just like, it's like, dude, it's like, I'm not gonna get into that right now. Love that engine, but I've always called it the canister vacuum. Hey, yeah, I could see that. Like I said, I called it the Stanley Thermos on wheels, but it's a pretty locomotive. Robert said the wheel arrangement on there, that's pretty cool. I'll be glad when 611 comes home. Yeah, I mean, I'll miss it kind of. Like I like Strasbourg just to hang out and stuff. Like crowds and everything, they can be kind of crazy, especially the rail fan. Like the really uh not so nice rail fanners that come out and they'll like yell at you and stuff. You know, that's not what Strasbourg's about. Like a lot of times I just go to Strasbourg and I'll sit there and watch trains and film and just have a relaxing day. But when 611 was out, you got these guys chasing the train. It can get kind of hostile. And I'm just sitting there like I'm just here to watch the train and have a great time, not start anything with anyone, just be respectful. I think a prairie is 262. Okay. Sweet, then I was somewhat right. That works. Friday till Sunday. Okay, that's be pretty cool. It doesn't belong in Penrail. Yeah, it needs to go home down south. NNW is like, yeah, we're far away from NNW stuff. Last time I've seen 611 was 9/30/19, a few years ago. BNO needs. Oh wait, BRB. Microwave. Here, don't use this nuke. This is aimed at me on purpose. Maryland show is worth the visit. I'll be going on Saturday. Yeah, Saturdays always have the best stuff. And yeah, I'll probably end up going on the Saturday. I gotta see, like, apparently the one guy up there has got a lot of O scale stuff, but I haven't been to a Greenberg or Timonium show in God, like 2 or 3 years now because of the whole pandemic stuff. And I need to get down there, honestly. And that's what I can find parts at the Timonium show. Kutztown has two parts guys, but they're very expensive, like out of this world expensive for some things. Like the one guy is very expensive. The other guy is just like he's got a lot of parts that you normally rare stuff, but I think it's called Trainworks. His card's actually on my desk, but he's got like weird parts here and there. So it's actually kind of hot up here tonight. I think only Lionel had the 264 wheel arrangement. I'll have to check into that because, yeah, I'll have to definitely see. Can't wait for 611 to leave so Strasbourg can get back to normal. That's kind of how I feel right now. It's kind of cool to see. It's a great engine to check out. If you guys haven't seen 611, check it out. It's one of those things you see once, maybe possibly once in a lifetime. But honestly, like I said, it kind of makes Strasbourg kind of hostile, and you get people from all over the earth coming out to see 611. And yeah, like there you go, foaming. Oh man. Robert's got it. 2025, 2026, and early days were 262, and so were the 1666s. I have all three of those. Oh man. It's getting bad. This collection's like growing. Like I gotta stop. Once it was once in a life. Yeah, it is once in a lifetime. You never know. Rail fans fighting. What? What? Oh, guys, I got to tell you a funny story. So, RJ and I went to we went to Makunji to catch the rail fan park that's real close to Kutztown, and we're sitting there and we were parked, tailgate first to the track, and we lift up the hoods and stuff so you can't see our license plates and all that good stuff for videos. And this kid walks by and he's like, can you guys get out of my shot? He's like carrying his camera, like his whole tripod thing. And him and I already set up with our cameras looking down the tracks. And this kid's like, can you please get out of my shot? And as he's walking to set up, and we're like, what? Like, what are you doing? And we politely told him off in a nice way. We didn't use any strong language or anything. We're just like, dude, we've been here for 2 hours. Like him and I sat there for 2 hours and our stuff was already set. And on the way back, he said something again. And he was just like, next time I ask, please get out of my shot, get out of my shot. And I'm just like, dude, like this is insane. Like this is the future generation of rail fanners. Like this little guy was hostile. And we just were like, dude, we've been parked here for 2 hours. And I was like, there's all this land down here. Like you can go down there, like it's perfectly fine. There's no trespassing signs or anything. This kid was like livid and like PO'd at us. And we were just so aggravated. We left. We didn't want like a Karen situation to happen with his parents. It was a kid. And I'm just like, whatever. I got great footage and it was a great time. Other than that, we went down to another level crossing and none of it's posted or anything like that. We were just respectful, like very like respectful, not destroying stuff or looking, not in the gauge and all that stuff. You guys know how that is. But that guy was he was a loose cannon. It's all good. A lot of fun out there in the wild. Would love to have been a fly on the way for. Oh, geez. I knew Collide as well. Oh, God. Railfan Roger. I got to stop buying trains also. Dick continues to buy trains. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to get bad. I've got a bunch of engines I would like to have in the collection. And you guys know how it is. Like you go to a show and you're like, wow, I've never seen this before. And you pick it up and you take it home. You're like, why did I buy this? Like I already have this. It's not like buyer's remorse. It's just kind of like, is this the way it is? We collect, but I always promise myself whatever I have in the collection, I have to run. It's not meant for self shelf sitting. It's meant to be ran and played with and messed with and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I've got some engines I don't run all year round, like my pre-war stuff. I keep that for around Christmas time. The old tin plate stuff, I got one set downstairs on display, but I run it on the Christmas layout or the Christmas loop under the tree, and that's what I do. I run pre-war downstairs, and I'll take one post-war or modern style train and put it downstairs as well. And I usually have 2 or 3 loops of track around the little Christmas tree, so it's pretty cool. Love shows, but avoid them a lot or just spend, 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 and that's bad. Yeah, you got to make a budget for yourself. Like this show, I was like $200. That's it, and that's including like anything I buy at the show, $200. And yeah, I got some great pieces. The traction tires on that engine just need to be adjusted or glued down, but it's whatever. It's a great piece. Did 765 have PTC? I'm not sure. But yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff planned for this weekend. I'm not sure where I'll be. I've got some ideas of railroad locations I would love to check out, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. All depends on the weather and um, budget and weather. But I'm also looking at getting some new gear to test out. So I might end up being at Strasbourg again to test out the gear. And it all depends on the budget and things like this week. But I'm looking at getting a new a camera to film with. So be a lot of fun. Robert, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great night. But yeah, it's the show was great. I'm getting back into the train show stuff now, and yeah, Kutztown was great. That's the best thing I can say is that I'm glad to see train shows are back, some normalcy in here. I'm not sure what Maryland's going to do for that show. I don't know if they're going to require masks because Baltimore County, where they host the train show, has a state of emergency. I don't get it. But there's a state of emergency in Baltimore County for COVID still. It was just put into place like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. So I don't know if they're enforcing indoor mask wearing. I don't have time to look up their rules, but I know Baltimore City does. They've got a mask mandate, but Baltimore County might as well for indoors. I'm not really sure on that one. Yeah, some of you guys probably started school this week. Good luck at school. Um, yeah, that's all I remember those days. The first day of school was like the worst. Usually you don't end up doing anything, but when I went to college for my last year of school, like those higher up classes, I had some professors that were like, "Hey, get your textbooks out. We're going to start here." And I was just like, "What? It's the first day of school. It's syllabus day, your syllabi day. You get the papers that say what you're going to do, and you put it on the desk. Usually you sign it to agree for the terms, and then you give it back, and that's it. And then you go home. They send you out early, and then you're stuck, you know, 40 extra minutes on campus just doing nothing." But I had some classes like, "Oh, did you guys show up with your textbooks?" And we're like, "No." He's like, well, go buy them, or you know, or go home because you're not prepared for class. It's just like, what do you? It's I don't know, but yeah, either high school, middle school, whatever, grade school. Good luck, you guys. It's not as bad when you get out of school. You're just like, finally done. She went through what's it called, Florista, Ohio. Yeah, I'm not sure of that engine at all. Yeah, 765. I'll definitely have to look that up. But yeah, this week I was gonna do some other tutorial stuff up here and reviews, but I was going to review some of the newer stuff I got, and then also get into some other projects here on the layout. Like I said, I might possibly extend the layout. I'm not exactly sure what to do with that. He built a layout, and Marklin HO in progress. That stuff's pretty cool. Um, yeah, HO, the sky's the limit, honestly, with like the amount of track. Same with N scale. Well, a lot of scales, like, but you have so much more room to work with HO and stuff like that compared to my loop up here. I'm kind of confined to the space. Yeah, Henry, good luck with that. Just make sure you wire everything right. That's the worst part with like two rail. Some of the wiring can be kind of a mess and all that fun stuff. Trigon's got to go. Have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. So yeah, we'll get to running some trains soon. I gotta show you guys the 2025 up top real quick. I just got it running like minutes before the stream. Oh, let's see if I can get the camera over there. We'll get it on this side. Our friend Roger will be right back. Right next to the hobo box car. Ken's Back Shop. What's going on, buddy? Our big train show is October. God, it's everyone's show October 2nd and 3rd at the is that Berea Fairgrounds, Cleveland. Holy crap. Yeah, Henry. Three rail gets the power from the center rail, then your ground or your return or your two outer rails. I want to do a demonstration on why that is like pretty cool compared to two rail. It's a pretty smart design. It's a little bit different, but actually a great example is right here with the switch on this layout. If you had this hooked up to HO, it actually short out because one rail's hot, one's return. So the train would stop right at the switch and short out. I found that out the hard way. So yeah, let me get this 2025 around. Marklin is DCC. Oh, come on, a little bit more. You got this. I know you're old. You can do it. Got some miles left in you. There we go. Thought I must have locked the reverse unit on it, but is that it? I gotta clean that whistle. So yeah, she runs a little crunchy, but the engine runs great. I actually had to put it back together about like 10 minutes before the stream. Uh, Took the whole thing apart, got it back together, and Yeah, these engines are a pain in the butt. If any of you guys have ever taken one of these apart, I know Corey from R's Trains did during a live stream. I gave him some pointers of how to put it back together, but these engines are a huge pain, honestly, because of there's just so much going on, like all these drawbars and things. Why did that go off? There we go. Whoops. Guys can see it go the other way. Also, have to be careful. This thing will fly off the platform. Goes really fast. There you go. I had to get all the timing of that correct. All those right there. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, this is the older variation. So, or actually, sorry, the newer, later variation, if that makes sense. So it's new, but the latest version of the 2026. This one was actually made during the Korean War, so it doesn't have all the fancy wheels and things like that. They call them like the Baldwin drivers, all that stuff. The radius up top, I think they're 031, and it's been kind of forced around to hook up to the 022 switch, or it's an 022 numbered switch. But I'm actually thinking about rebuilding this, so I've got an idea. Um, Ethan, cool train layout video. Thank you so much. So, basically, what I would like to do is let me move the camera back. I'll show you guys, give you a tour. And we, us train guys and ladies and gentlemen out there, um, we like to fidget with stuff. Like that's part of the hobby. JTG model railroading. Do you have a GP7? I do. It just needs wheels. Here, JTG, welcome to the channel. If you got a little bit of time, stick around. I'll show you guys the back wall. You'll see the whole shelf of GP9s, but I've got one Jeep 7. I'll show you guys that as well. It needs wheels. So until then, I've got a GP7 on bricks. So what I'd like to do is actually possibly chop out these top sections, or where the bridge over here, right where the billboard's at, just make a looping track over top the town there. Well, actually, it's not that bad. It would actually just be ripping up the switches and just making a continuous loop, and then have a piece of straight track going across. So basically, just taking out the switches. Unfortunately, like the switches are creating a lot of problems with some of my engines that could definitely run up here. It's just they always short out on the switches because I've got them in automatic mode. So yeah, I'm gonna probably rip those out and just make it a loop of track, which is kind of similar to my buddy over there, Lance Boyle. His layout's very similar to this. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even see his channel before building this layout. I actually got the ideas of the piers and stuff for the bridge from watching Country Bunkers trains when I first moved into the house, like those back there. So it's kind of funny how that works sometimes. Let's see. Split Rock, how's it going? Do the shows you attend have sellers that of Lionel parts? Yes, they do. They've got a couple parts guys. The Greenberg show's got these guys from. They sound like they're from Brooklyn. They're probably from Jersey, honestly. But they've got like this huge. Here, I'll spin the camera around so you guys can see me. Oh, there we go. Um, yeah. So a lot of the Greenberg shows, the Timonium shows, they usually have a parts guy that sells like weird stuff like e-units still connected to trucks, and trucks that have motors on them, and then the power truck, and like parts of the rollers thing, just weird stuff. Like it's all from like a a Lionel graveyard, and he likes a lot of money for his stuff too. So usually not the best parts guy, but if you need something that's post war, he most likely has it. I don't know what his store or shop is called. He's just always there. There's two other guys that are always there I've bought stuff from, but one guy is extremely expensive. He's got pre-war cast, and he goes to like every train show on the East Coast, but his stuff's very expensive. And then there's another guy who works for, well, he is the company of Trainworks, and he's got a lot of parts too that are reasonably priced mostly. But yeah, usually I just look for parts under the tables, like junk trains, and I usually scavenge parts through those. Those are the best things to do. 2025 or 2026? It is a 2025. Now on the tracks below, I've got a 2026 running, but I'm gonna have to take off some of these passenger cars. She is struggling pulling these passenger cars. When your engine short out, they say no. Yeah, this loop up here, I love it. It's got the switches actually turn the train around, gives a really cool perspective instead of just having a loop. But these switches are really screwing up a lot of my operations on the top. Like I hate having to climb over the layout and fix a train. I'd rather just run them and have a great time. So I might take these switches out. I'm not set on it. Like I love the design, and it's just one of those things. And no matter what, I'm still limited to the length of the train because the overhang of the front of the engine will hit the back of the car if it's too long. So I'm not really gaining anything from doing it other than just no shorts, no stopping on switches. Mile High Rail, what's up, man? Evening. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. It's still early. It's like 9:06. Usually like around 11 we get like everyone coming in. Heath's stream is starting in 30 minutes. I guess got the notification for that. Sometimes he'll stop in here and say hello. But I missed his stream on Friday. I apologize for all that stuff. Like I've been so busy. No, the crossing gates are off. Like I've got the switch off. So if that goes off, something's really wrong up here. We've like freaking out up here. But yeah, I got a lot of tutorials coming out, and those are so much fun to do because I get to show you guys how to fix stuff. And I've got some product reviews, typical like reviews here and there that will be out this week. And I was going to do another train ride video behind York 17. It'd be like a silent video, kind of just like a experiencing the train ride, like if you're actually there type of thing. I got to figure out if I'm actually going to post it or not. There's a lot of editing I have to do on that. But like I said, if I get the new camera, I might be out at Strasbourg this weekend or maybe down in Maryland somewhere, rail fanning. We'll definitely figure it out. But I'd love to catch some Amtrak. You know, during the daytime, that'd be really cool. What is the name of Heath's channel? It's Humanity City Junction. It's kind of a long name, but if you type in that, it should come up. Um, Someone might be able to post a link in there for him. But his channel is a lot of fun too. I usually watch that on Fridays, and sometimes I'll catch the end of his stream on Mondays if he's still live. But usually I'm live on Mondays too. So, Randall, what's going on? Jamie's on it. Thank you so much. Yeah, as soon as I scroll off the screen, my computer likes to like crash like it basically swipes off the page and gets rid of the it closes out the tab. That's the best way I could say it. So we can actually get to running some trains. I got to take off the extra cars. I might be able to get that Hudson to run too. So if you guys give me a second. Got the AC going? I wish. What's going on, Edward? I got a fan going. That helps. At work going, Dog catching trains tonight. Oh, cool. Yeah, I wish I had the AC cranked. I honestly need to get the AC looked at because I feel like our chiller's clogged, which is sucking in nothing. Like it's not doing what it should be doing, and it needs to be filtered and cleaned out so we get nice, even airflow throughout the house. That's the plan to get done before the winter time because gas, the price of fossil fuels, any homeowners out there, or any of you guys paying the price of the pump, you guys know fossil fuel prices are going to shoot up this winter even more so. And I'm afraid, like, I don't want to spend that much in gas, I guess, because my home isn't pushing the air out, you know? Yeah, Henry, his live stream's a lot of fun. He's got a lot of good info, and he runs HO, N scale, O scale, G scale, Z scale, every scale except I don't think he's ran S yet. Basically, the crow with is going to get multiple trains and bring them into Thayer. Oh, that's so cool. Oh no, not the cost of heating oil. I'd hate to see what that's going to be. Yeah, we're all in for a treat this winter. Not going to get into the politics behind price of that stuff, but I'm terrified because my heating bill went up automatically. You know, like after January 1st or whatever, my heating bill actually shot up like $25 automatically. So it's like great, woohoo! Distribution went up. Yeah, Heath runs anything with a GG1. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I need more GG1s. Oh crap! That one viewer, Mr. JT, asked if I had a GP7. That was a while ago. I'm so sorry. If you're still here, there it is. Penn Central Jeep 7 doesn't have the dynamic brake fins on top of there, but this one needs wheels. Wheels. Look at that. Still, it's still a naked shell. Well, actually, I need wheels and a motor. I've got the reverse units in the bin over there, but yeah, that's a parts train. I got to get her fixed. I feel so bad. But then the train wall behind me. See, I'll move this over. I'm always afraid to move the camera behind me up here. It's like a black shadow or something standing there. There you go. It's my wall of Jeeps. Well, actually, from if JT's still here, Jeep. Oh wait, sorry, that's a SD40. So Jeep, 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 SD40, Jeep. Or sorry, yeah, Jeep 9. So these Jeep 9s, Jeep 9, Jeep 9, SD40, and a bunch of other stuff. Looks great. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's my old. That's an old Kmart box fan that my dad gave me when I moved in. It's probably from like the 70s or 80s. It's got a nice blue color to it. Mark Corman, Corman, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Said, hey Nick, what if you widen the bridge and just looped it straight side by side? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. And there's actually enough room to do that. Let me actually move the. Here, I'll put the wire over. Let's see. I'll move this over nice and slow. Oh, there's the yard. Keep on going. All right there. Yeah, I've got enough room. Definitely have enough room. So it's really funny. So if you guys look at the bridge faces that say like Lionel, like the actual like girders, it's only one sided. It's like a veneer because if I had both sides of the bridge up, like each panel, when the train would come in to turn, it would actually hit. So I did that instead. It's kind of like a little trick of the trade. So it looks like it's a full girder bridge, but it's the only thing that's got both sides is the cage of the like the truss style bridge, but the girders on each side, it's only on one side. It's also so I could push it up against the wall and the trains wouldn't hit the bridge and derail. But it's part of the plan. That's I want to get this railroad working, flawlessly without any quirks or anything like that, or oh, this engine can't run up here unless it's a huge engine like my E7s or some of my other larger sets that can't work on 031. Um, I'll just use common sense for that. But I just want to make sure I can run everything everywhere pretty much, because the top loop it only accepts old post-war, um, nothing Williams, and oh god, what's the other one it likes? It likes MTH because it pulls in the amps to flip the switches. GT model railroading. I have one GP9 and four GP7s. What scale is that in? You said in. I'm assuming you're right in the scale now. Train number 2 of the night, pulling into the depot. Yeah, I actually thought about working for the railroad because Norfolk Southern's hiring right now, and they're actually paying a lot for. Well, it's more than what I'm making, but you guys can look that up on your own. I'm not going to get into that, but the veteran engineers are pulling in over, I think they said 105,000 a year. So that's a lot of money, but that's years of experience. You're talking like probably 5 or 6 years of experience after becoming a conductor. But I did look at it, because Harrisburg is hiring a conductor position or entry level conductor, and they ship you to school. You make 170. What the contract says is that you make $175 a day in the class, and then you get a $500 bonus every 2 weeks of the class or the first 2 weeks, and then you get another bonus if you pass a test, and then your final bonus you get another $500 for completing the course. So you're, I'm sure all of it's taxed, but you're, doing all right. You're making about $20 plus an hour, and then they're going to pay you the bonus, and then your salary I think starts pretty good. It's better than what I'm making now, but I would never be home type of thing. I'm that's the part that kind of like doesn't sit well with me. I would never be home. Memphis couldn't handle any more containers. Jeez. Send us some comments in here. Oh, HO scale. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I never owned any Jeeps in HO. I just had them in O scale. I fell in love with the high hood. I used to call them high noses, but you guys corrected me on that. They're all high hoods. But yeah, I love the high hood engines. They're so much fun, and they look like classic engines. Actually, oh, I've got another Jeep running today on the inner track. I've got Norfolk Southern Jeep 9 that someone custom built. It looks awesome. Looks really nice. See, I missed a couple. Henry, good night, everyone on the live stream. Stay safe out there, and hope enjoy the rest of the live stream. Thank you so much, man. Have a great week. Have a good week at school. Good luck. It's gonna be a crazy week with this hurricane coming in. For anyone all over the earth watching the live stream, please be careful. This storm is, I've been calling her a witch. It's not a very nice storm. Like, it's really tearing things apart. And then I heard that this week is Katrina's like 16th anniversary to a T. So it's pretty crazy. Real railroading is not as fun as model railroading. Yeah, it's a job. That's the best way. I mean, if I have fun at work, like I love my job. It's just I feel like if I was an actual engineer or a conductor, I wouldn't have time to play with trains, and I'd probably hate seeing trains. I'd probably just sell all my stuff. Hey, Nikki, she's here. Woohoo! Got two Walthers mainline high hood GP9s and the BNSF H1 scheme. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, GP9s are, I've got a thing for K4s and GP9s and GP7s because that just the look of them so cool. I actually saw a running Jeep 7 at the B&O. That engine was awesome. Like it, yeah. There's just something with those engines. They're so simple looking, and you know, you could probably figure out how to operate them if you ever jumped in one. And they're great machines too. They still run. A lot of scenic railroads still use Jeep nines and they love them. Like at Colbrookdale, when we talked to that engineer at Colbrookdale, he actually liked the GP7 high hood better than the GP38 from the 1960s, I believe. I think it was from like 67. That was Norfolk Southern retired. He said that the 38, he had a hard time feeling out the controls. Like he would hit the brakes on, you know, and he would feel the engine losing air and all that stuff. But he just said like it's not as responsive. It's such a large engine. He had a lot of issues like trying to feel out the machine. And usually that's not fun if you're trying to operate, especially a freight or passenger train. I'm sorry. Um, I think his name was the engineer Rob. That sounds familiar. Um, but yeah, he really liked that GP7. He said it's very responsive and the controls are so easy. And he just thought it was a way better machine than the 38. It's got a Jeep 7 in N scale. Yeah, I don't have any Jeeps in N scale. Actually, I've got an F unit in N scale. I've got FAs. I've got an FA and an FB unit. I think they're F7, F7A, F7B, Pennsylvania. And then I had Alcos. I actually gave them to a friend of mine. And I've got an Alco. Is it Alco or Baldwin? It might be a Baldwin high hood in N scale too. The Train Freak, how's it going? Oh God, long hood forward. One of my viewers, if he's still here, he actually wrote in a comment the other day. I think it was Artie Osmerica. He wrote that the F on a Jeep should stand for fart because that's usually where the bathroom's at, is towards the front of the engine. So I thought that was pretty funny. So you got to give him some. I'll give him some credit on that one. Like I read that comment, I just lost it. I'm like, it makes sense. So I might end up doing that in my videos. I don't know. Alco RS, yeah, they're cool. Like those are so cool. Like Alco's got some the weirdest engines I've ever seen, but they sound like massive. Uh oh. Oh no. I sense a trouble. There's an RJ. Dun dun dun. What's up, buddy? Jamie sent me a picture of a GP7. We shall see. It's in the box. What is that Florida East Coast or is that Georgia Atlantic coastline? Okay, sorry. Here we go. Here I'll try to center it up. It might not come through. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's pretty. Atlantic coastline. Nice purple. Wow. Uh-oh. And there's also some Conrail back there. Dun dun dun. Oh, focus. Focus. There's some Conrail. Looks like a Jeep. Oh, Jeep 38. It looks like. And there's also a chassis system back there. It looks like a Jeep 40. Like I said, all my viewers come in later in the stream. That's so cool. I've actually thought about pushing the stream back to 9, but then I think I'd lose some of my 8 o'clock guys or some of the newbies. So I'm kind of nervous to do that, but I can just make the best of both worlds. Start at 8 and stay till like midnight, so it works out for everyone. Alcoholic. Oh god. Allen's. So then, yeah, you guys are definitely up to trouble. Tell Alan I said hi. If he'll probably end up writing in here. I got to see that guy's Halloween setup. So, anyone in the chat that likes Halloween, a friend of mine, Revenge of the Apocalypse channel on YouTube, he is putting on the largest. I'm going to call this. I'm just going to say it: the largest residential Halloween display in all of Pennsylvania. I'll put that out there. I'll take it to the bank, as I used to say. But his setup is it's insane in a good way, and he's doing such a great job, you know. And he started early. He started in August. So if any of you guys are interested in Halloween stuff like that, check out his channel. You will not be disappointed. He's going all out this year and the next year and the next year and the next year until forever. Like he bought a hearse to put in the front with an actual coffin or casket, and the casket's never been used, but the hearse is legit. Excuse me. And I'll probably end up doing a video there soon, I hope, if I'm allowed to. But yeah, if you guys like Halloween, check out his channel. Yeah, you'll have a great time. I got to go up a little bit. I missed some comments. Alcoholic, being a fan of the DNH plus grew up close to the headquarters. Oh, Schenectady. Man, I didn't grow up near any headquarters of any railroad. I mean, I guess I could call the B&O, but I wasn't born yet when the B&O was in full service and all that stuff. But yeah, I would have been the headquarters of the B&O down there in Baltimore, or at least one of the headquarters. But yeah, I love Alcos. Something about the sound of an Alco, but they are hard to get the decoders to fit in because their hood doesn't go up as high as a Jeep. A Jeep. He spelled Jeep with a G, so it's Jeep, or it's not as like a, yeah, whatever. Got lucky. I was the only bidder. Oh, geez. Oh, you scored some really cool proto 1,000 box cars. 1,000 box cars. Wow. That's gonna be sweet. Yeah, congratulations. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know what to do with 1,000 boxers other than my girlfriend. Like, she'd probably throw them out overnight. I try to stash them somewhere, but dude, that's awesome. Are they all the same road name, or are they all different road names and stuff? You got to mix and match. And do you know who like primarily made the box cars? Got lucky, was the only bidder. Okay, that makes sense. Man, that's so cool. Radar, what's going on? Happy Monday. Conrail and the Chessie. Yeah, I'll look at those in a second. Works for me. Yeah. Oh God, Ray Golden Leaf all nighter. Not tonight. I gotta wake up early for work. I gotta go outside and drive around, do the bidding of my job. Sidetrack Sunday is on Halloween this year. Going to be interesting for sure. I've never watched a Sidetrack Sunday. Like, I will admit, I've never watched it because Alan's live stream is on Sundays. I'm a mod there, and then also in the past was my other friend JP Videos. His live streams were Sundays as well. But I'll definitely try to catch a Sidetrack Sunday. I'm sure it'd be really cool to check out, but I'd have to bounce back between streams and all that. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. But I heard you guys have a lot of fun during those streams. Oh, there's Alan's channel. So there you go, guys. Check out his channel. He also does train stuff too, and he's got a cool 3D setup or a 360 camera, so you guys can get some cool views of that. Ralph and Roger, I bought my first N-Scale set last month. What did you get? Sounds great. Love N-Scale. RJ, did you already show off the score from the show? I did not in the stream, but I do have the video up that's got a lot of it's doing well. Anyone who wants to check out what I got from the train show, I can show you right now, but I also posted a video on it. So if you want a more in-depth explanation, definitely check out that video. Proto 1000 is the brand. Oh, I thought you bought 1,000 box cars. I am so sorry. Oh man, you guys are great. I'm so sorry. I would at least sell them. Jeez. Any N&W box cars? No, unfortunately not. I don't have any other N&W stuff other than the 746 on the shelf. DNH headquarters was in Albany, New York. Alco headquarters, Schenectady. Oh, wow. I believe they're 20 miles from each other. Oh, that explains a lot. Like, there's a lot of Alco up there, like a ton of Alco. Makes perfect sense. Randall, if I bought 1,000 boxcars, I'm pretty sure I'd be looking for a new place to live. Oh man, I'm so sorry, guys. Like that totally flew over my head. Like I had no idea it was called Proto 1000. But man, any eBay score, I mean that it's like an accomplishment. As soon as like the auction's done, you're like, yes, I did it. How much is shipping? You know, there's one bid I won like a few years back, and it was for I think it was just a train. It was a train car. Oh wait, no, it was a GG1 set, and I still have the passenger cars. The GG1 is like toast. It doesn't run very well at all. And I must, you know what? It was a long time ago, actually. It was when eBay was kind of just starting out, and the person was shipping it from England. So we won the bid. The bid was like for 118 pounds or something. It was for an Atlas set, and the shipping costs, like, it didn't tell, it didn't say what the shipping cost was. So we entered in the bid like to claim it. It was like claim your bid here, and then pretty much you do the PayPal stuff, and it was like $50 in shipping just for the train set. And I was just like, I'm sorry. It was a gift. It was like a birthday Christmas gift. I was like in middle school when eBay started really catching on. It was still pretty sketchy too. I remember when eBay came out. God, I remember people weren't getting things in the mail, or people would get ripped off, or they'd send like a box of packing peanuts. You know, especially for like DVDs and stuff. People would send like bootleg DVDs, and eBay's come a long way. Let's just say that. I trust eBay a lot more back then. I'm crazy, but not that crazy. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I could use 1,000 box cars. Be pretty cool. What was he gonna do with 1,000 bucks? You could do like, I don't know, like five like really long realistic trains. Be pretty cool. Put a DPU in there, get a couple DPUs. Like, be pretty cool. 1,000 box cars in HO. Like, I've seen the clubs that come out at the train shows. They build like a coal drag of like 300 cars and stuff like that. There was one guy who actually did that. He was just run these long coal trains, and it would always be funny. Like, someone would open up the door to the train show, and a little gust of wind would come in, and then all the coal trains would just go, and you just see this guy go, ah. Like, dude, just run like 50. It'll still be impressive. Maybe like 100, not 300. And then the KD couplers would break off. It was so funny. Like, those guys they were, yeah, you know, it was a club, traveling club layout for HO. Bootleg DVDs are the best. Yeah. 1,000 boxcars and N scale considered normal. Really? Huh. You only have like, oh god, I don't even know. I've got like 10 box cars in N scale. Yeah, I'll say bootleg DVDs. I remember those days. I think one of my relatives came home with I think it was like Scooby Doo, like the live action Scooby Doo on like a bootleg DVD, and we were all sitting there like, "This isn't Scooby Doo," and she's like, "Yes, it is," and she got it from like a flea market. But the thing was that she got ripped off. It was like in an actual case that was resealed and everything, and she paid a lot of money for it, but it's like $30 for the DVD, and it was completely bootleg. Split Rock, that's a lot. Maybe 1K boxcar combine everyone else's layout. Yeah, it's like you get a boxcar and you get a boxcar and you get one. Check under your chairs. Here's a boxcar. I'd freak out. So, like every time I got up from a chair, it's a boxcar. I'd be like, "Whoa, this is great." Ah. Melissa Mouse Talk, how's it going? I'm assuming it's a Disney reference, right? We're actually planning on going to. Well, I want to go to Disneyland. It's a whole nother tangent. I'd like to check out Disneyland because I've never been to Disneyland. I've been to Disney World, and yes, I know the difference between Orlando and California. Remember that as a kid, like these people would come up to us and be like, "Have you ever been to Disneyland?" I'm like, "Yeah, Orlando, right?" And they'd be like, "Yeah," and they wouldn't know the difference. Like that was a big thing in the like growing up, things like that. Or someone would be like, "I heard you went to Disneyland." I'm like, "No, we went to Disney World." Well, it's the same thing. I'm like, "No, it's not. Not the same." Train Freak. I think I have maybe 100 box cars, 10% of the way there. Hey, 10% is better than 0%. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Never been to either. Do not know if I want to go. They have trains. They've got two trains. You can ride the Runaway Railroad. You can run Big Thunder Mountain, and then you can. I just saw her just go. I've been to Doherty Park and Knoebels. Hey, those are like Disney World of Pennsylvania. Honestly, but yeah, they have the Disneyland Railroad, and there's also the Disney World Railroad. Disney World Railroad is still not operational because I always keep up on the news, like with WDW, um, Mickey Views. There's also Clownfish TV that does a lot of really informative, kind of bold news work. Never been to either Disney, but I have been to Cedar Point, which is me as the ultimate. Yeah, Cedar Point actually, it's so funny. So I texted another YouTube friend of mine. I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Cedar Point next year?" And the same day I texted him about that, I actually just found out that this woman was hit by a piece of metal from a roller coaster. It was a Top Thrill Dragster, and it came off and hit the woman in the face. So they're in a serious uh, situation right now. With like, I don't know if there's gonna be like a lawsuit or whatever, but they were just standing in line, and a piece flew off the coaster on the brake run and hit this poor person. So not really sure what's gonna happen with Top Thrill Dragster, but it was pretty bad. There's a video of it. It's pretty graphic. Um, yeah, it's chaos. There's like pure chaos. Like people are trying to help, but they're getting in the way, and then they had paramedics there. Yeah, there's a lot of videos on that. So, yeah, I love Disney. Anything with Disney related, yeah, definitely huge fan of it. Um, got some opinions of some of the newer stuff that they're doing. I'm not going to share them right now, but I feel like they could do better with some of the things that they're doing, especially the cost. Like really, really expensive for what they're doing. Overland. Oh God. I have been to Six Flags over Texas and Arlington, Texas, Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri. Yeah, I would love to check out those. There's some great parks out there, especially in Texas. Got a lot of cool things to check out. They'll definitely be on the list for one of these days that, I can get out that way. Oh god, El Toro derailed. Yeah, roller coasters are like trains. They just go a little bit faster. Well, actually that's not entirely true, but it's a train. Like roller coasters are like trains. Yes, Ken, what is it? Top Thrill Dragster is shut down for the season. They're honestly, the coaster is old. If they tore it out, I don't want to get the roller coaster community PO'd at me, but honestly, Top Thrill Dragster, it's a great ride. I've never ridden it before, but they've had a lot of mechanical issues with it. But it's a good coaster. But honestly, if they tore it out and then built something, kind of like maybe like a larger version, a newer version of it, I think they'd be better off. But it looks like they updated the trains recently, but we don't know, so if the person's okay. So far, my favorite train ride is Durango and Silverton narrow gauge. I had a friend that rode that years ago, and they got me a book on it, and I was just like, "Oh, cool, a book." And I looked at it, I was like, it was literally a book. It had no pictures in it. Because usually train like us train guys and stuff, we like to see pictures. Steam shooting out everywhere and smoke and just animation and pictures. And it's literally the history of the railroad. I was just like, oh god, because I looked at the cover and it said like a detailed history of, it was like Durango. And I was just like, okay, well, this is pretty cool. And I opened up, it was like literally no pictures at all. I was like, oh man, duh. Never even heard of these drag racing rides. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's a cool. It's a fast one. It launches you up a big hill and then takes you back down. The ride's only about, I think it's like 28 seconds from start to finish. Maybe not even 28 seconds. I forgot how quick Top Thrill Dragster is. Love Kings Island. Yeah, I haven't checked out. I haven't been to that park either, but that's part of Cedar Fair. Probably gonna wait on a lot of those parks. Definitely want to get to Disney first. That's the priority. Disneyland's off limits because, or Disney World is off limits this year to me because of the 50th anniversary, and I'm worried that it's gonna be overcrowded and expensive, and you won't be able to ride anything. Disneyland, I've heard it's pretty chill. It's just paying California prices, but I definitely want to get back to Disneyland. Let's see. Sorry, I had to check something on the computer. Got some notifications popping up. The Beast at Kings Island is my favorite wooden coaster, though El Toro is a close rival. Yeah, I wouldn't even consider. I can get in trouble for saying this too. I wouldn't even consider El Toro a wooden coaster, like a traditional wooden, because it's pre-manufactured. They literally built it at a factory and they shipped it in. But it's still a roller coaster. Here, it's a great ride. It's got a lot of issues with it, but there's only two prefab wooden coasters in the world, or there used to be three, two or three. One's in like, I thought one was in Europe and then one's in Asia somewhere, and then the other one's here. But they're like Intamin, prefabricated wooden coasters made from this really weird wood that I forgot what it's called. Like it's this really weird hardwood that they could only find in this one place, and they manufactured it with like different plies of it, and then they just literally build the section to spec and they put it together. Weird hardwood. I forgot what it is. It's like I don't know what it is. It's some special thing that they special wood combination that they use to build those pieces, and then they pre-manufacture them and they ship them out. It's actually like twice as more expensive than, well, sorry, it's I forgot what they said. I think El Toro was several $1 million compared to just a wooden coaster that's a handful of millions of dollars. But I think El Toro cost in the double digits millions. Can look it up really quick. Still counts as a legit wooden coaster to me. I'll let you have that one. I like the old school coaster, like the old school wooden coasters. All right, let's look up the cost. Um, El Toro fast food. I don't want that. All right, let's see. Let me look up how much was El Toro. $25 million. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Ray at Golden Leaf, go to Disneyland in January around the 20th. There's no waiting. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I'd get my vacation time back. Plus, we missed the Christmas rush, and they also take down the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Even though I love Nightmare Before Christmas, I love that stuff. Um, I love that stuff, but I like to see the original Haunted Mansion for what it is, not the overlay of Nightmare Before Christmas. I like to see what Walt was thinking, not well, even though Walt died before the mansion opened, but there's still his thinking behind some of the pieces in there. Yeah, Ken's Back Shop, kind of like a Plasticville kit. Yeah, just like Plasticville. The Plasticville usually are pretty affordable, not $25 million. It's the way it is. Yeah, Plasticville stuff, just like Plasticville. They literally show you the blueprint, you glue it together, and you drop some bolts in it, and then you're good to go, right? Yeah. Hey, Train Freak, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great week. Does anyone make a scale coaster? There were a couple companies that came out with some miniatures of coasters, but oh man, I think one was called like the Cyclone or something like that. It was an O scale, but it was really impractical and actually went really fast. Um, just because of I guess we're like the physics of it. It basically shot through the whole layout of the coaster really, really fast. But they do make miniature coasters. And at one time, I thought there was a German company that made. Oh, look, Jamie's on it. There's a German made N scale coaster. Yes. So there's a German company that actually used to make roller coasters and log flumes. My brother almost bought one when he was into modeling stuff like years ago, and the instructions were in German. There was no American or English, anything English over there, and the translations from English were not very uh, thorough, I guess. But they gave you a tube of glue and then the God, what do you call it? The molds, pretty much. You pop out all the pieces, but they had a log flume that worked. I think it was for HO. It was probably the same company that made them in N scale, but these pieces did work. They also had a Ferris wheel that my brother actually put together. That worked too. And yeah, the Hoff could read the instructions for you. Yeah, you can stand over me. It's got like the chest hair. Yeah. Shows up in his Baywatch. Oh God. Tom's Trains and Accessories. Yeah, Connects. I've got my Connect stuff somewhere. I might do a video on that. That'd be cool. I had a Connects. Well, actually, I had two Connects coasters, and I had a Connects mini coaster too. But it was like really, really impractical. It was like this weird inverted loop thing. It was really for like a desk. If you had like a very large desk to sit this thing on, it worked. I mean, it was really cool. But the oh God, what was the first name of the coaster? So I had a Connects coaster in like 2002, 2003. It was called like the Screaming Serpent. If you guys remember that, it was like Connects. The track was purple, the cars were orange. Had like this box. They had infrared sensor, and it would actually scream when the coaster passed by. Um, yeah, I had that, and also another one. But the screaming serpent actually went upside down, and the train would always stop if you didn't have it calibrated perfectly. The train would stop upside down. So I took the loop out. I just made a hill. So it came down this big hill, and then just one little bunny hill, and then back to the lift. Fowler makes an N scale. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Then Connects is no more. I have driven past the plant. Really? Bummer about Connects. I have a Connects Screaming Serpent. Yes. Yeah, Tom, that's what I had. My parents got me that. Oh my god. We actually bought it from Toys R Us. It was sitting in like the front where the registers were and everything. I remember the day I bought that. It was heavy. It came in this giant box. And I was just like looking at it, I'm like, I'm gonna build a roller coaster. Like it's so cool. And now there are guys on YouTube that build Connects coasters that are as big as their house. And you see them run, they just go so fast. It's really funny. Um and a ball tower too. Okay. Got the Connects. Okay, yeah, I had the pirate ship that was probably from like 2009 or so, 2010. The pirate ship was cool. That actually worked, and it kind of offset. So when it would go up, it actually move over, so it would miss the tire, just like a real one would do. Except the tires on the real ones go under, but this one would actually shoot a tire at the bottom, so push it up, and then the whole train would move over like a quarter inch, and then come back down, so it wouldn't hit the tire that only spun one direction. It was pretty cool. I'll have to Google it, see if they maybe moved. They possibly moved to China. that's the only that's the only best explanation for that. Like they probably end up moving to like somewhere else. Brennan's Trains. What is your favorite proto sound? One steam locomotive. I've seen. Okay, honestly, I'd have to say number 490. Is it 490? The CNO Yellow Belly. That was a cool one. I believe that was a proto sound Rail King that came out many years ago in that catalog. I'd like to get one, but that's probably my favorite. Between that and um, the Dreyfus Hudson would be another one of my favorites. Those are two engines I'd love to get a hold of, but they're so collectible, and guys hold on to them. You usually have to wait until either someone wants to upgrade or someone has a collection that they're trying to flip really quick at a train show. But I love a Dreyfus New York Central. That looks so cool. I'd say those are my two favorites of that era at least. I have to Google and see if maybe they move. Oh, okay, sorry, I read that comment already. Mine would be the GS4 449 PS1 Premiere. Yeah, the Premiere stuff is great. It runs awesome. I mean, it's very detailed. The sounds are pretty cool. Just usually you can find them pretty cheap online as well. I mean, for I'd say under $500 or so, get yourself a really nice locomotive with all the bells and whistles. Literally, it was sold to a Florida-based toy maker, according to an article I'm looking at. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Connects were great. A lot of fun times with that. Tom's Trains I bought them for my three sons 20 years ago. They're stored up in the attic. What you can do is if you have three screaming serpents, you connect them all together and make one really loud screaming serpent. Becomes the anaconda. There you go. Just put them all together. Make one giant screaming, or you can say like yelling serpent. That'd be cool. That's what these guys did. I mean, like these mega coasters and stuff, they just took them from like eBay and stuff. or Connect's website would actually sell spare track. They just buy up the spare track and those little the X rail pieces, and then just build their own coasters. But it's funny because my Screaming Serpent's at my parents too, so I can't give them too much crap for that. But yeah, my Connects are all at my parents still. Same with the Legos and all that stuff. So yeah, guys, we get to running some trains before it gets too late. Almost 10 o'clock. What? What? So for anyone coming into the stream, the Pacific has a traction tire issue. It threw a tire, so I can try to get some of these passenger cars out of the consist so I can pull it. But right now I got the 2026 doing its bidding. It's still struggling a little bit. This is a heavy consist of cars. So what I can do is I'll take out a coach or two. Yeah, I'll take out two coaches. So it'll just be instead of 6 passenger cars, it'll only be 4. And then I'll get the brand new Pacific rolling on there. Up top, I've got the new 2025 or the thumbnail picture of the 2025 up on top loop. I got it all repaired. The tender still needs some help, and actually the whistle sticks, but the smoke unit needs to be cleaned out. What scenery do you use? Mostly Woodland Scenic stuff. If I can't build it on my own, I'll use Woodland Scenic's fuzzy stuff. That's what I call it. Like especially the little dust. Like I remember when I first greened up this entire layout, I was like, my hand hurt so bad from like doing this, from like sprinkling on the glue. It hurt so bad. I had like carpal tunnel in my hand for weeks. Put me in the coach. Be like Twilight Zone. You get stuck in the train on that train layout. Pretty scary. But yeah, Woodland Scenic stuff. If I can get it cheap, like a friend of mine up, it's at Hanover, PA. He's got a shop called Iron Horse Trains, and he sells. It's called like used scenery, and it's really not used. It has never been used, but it's pre-owned, and it's all new old stock. So I got a lot of that stuff too, like especially the powdery stuff. Like I'll show you guys real quick. Like trees and stuff, he'll bag them up like that, and they're just like new old stock. He'll sell them for like this had like 8 trees in here for like $6, things like that. But the box of trees I bought was really expensive. I think it was like $35 for like 15 trees. I'll never do that again. That was like really, really dumb of me. But yeah, the trees look nice. They're just really expensive. So yeah, I'm gonna get these. I'll get some of these coaches out here. I'll try to fix that traction tire here. I'll show you guys what I'm doing with the Pacific real quick. She's right here under the platform. Here she is. And you can see the tire right there. It's all floppy. Yeah. So I gotta try to put that back on. I hate traction tires. I really do. I should magnetize these wheels. But I think they're like cheap nickel wheels, so I don't think it's going to work. But I wish I could so bad. All right, let's see. Yeah, both sides popped out. What? They might be dry rotted then. Floppy tires. Yeah. Good old floppy tires. Man, good thing rail trains don't use traction tires. At least I hope not. We'd be doomed. Yeah, I think these are dry rotted. Typical, you know. Yeah, Ed. I wish these things had magnet traction. It'd be great. But these are made in China and cheaper Lionel. It's like a starter set engine, honestly. Like, but I just really like the artwork on it. It's an Erie engine, and I didn't own any Erie stuff at the time, so actually that's not true. I had my 2032s, but I didn't own any Erie steam engines. Oh man, 40,000 trees. So you guys got mad at me for 1,000 box cars. Think if I had 41,000 trees made in Chino. Prisoners make. Hey, you never know. I mean, there's a lot of prisoner goods that a lot of places use, like license plates and paper. You'd be surprised. A lot of paper is made by prisoners, and pens, pencils. What else? Um, Heard like light bulbs at one time are made by prisoners. A little bit of everything. You'll be surprised. Put the 2026 underneath the platform. Well, that is eerie. All right, I'm gonna take out the unnecessary cars. So we got the combo car gone, and we'll take out the coach gone. I have new traction tires. They're just somewhere else. Oh yeah, this is much better. It probably also help if I put some oil on these wheels. Oh yeah, definitely. The previous owner of these cars like didn't do anything to them. Oh yeah, that rolls pretty good. All right, let's see if the engine can pull it. I wish Lino would offer magnet traction. I would pay more for that. It would cost so much, and honestly, magnet traction's good. It has its pluses, but it also has a lot of issues with some of the newer track stuff. Like I don't know how well it would work on easy track or fast track. Sorry, fast track, or even the MTH track. The was it the real tracks? Is it real tracks? It's not magnetic, so real tracks um, doesn't hold magnet traction, so it has issues with that too. A lot of guys use real tracks still. Got to admire. Oh wait, I'll say this: you got to admire Lash's attention to detail. Saw his layout in the MTH DVD, then TM books. Oh no way, that's pretty cool. The Hooterville Cannonball only had a combine. RJ's got to run. Oh, make sure you walk, man. Don't hurt yourself. Time to drive home. Have a fun, good night. Thank you so much for stopping in and modding for us. Tell Alan I said hello. I'm sure he's got a fun week ahead with all the school and stuff. Have you seen the 4449 in person? I don't believe so. All right, let's see if the Erie can pull these without throwing a tire. Yeah, I was gonna say the smallest passenger consist I've ever seen on an actual railroad was the Maryland and Pennsylvania Railroad would run a doodlebug for their passenger service. Once they started retiring steam, they ran a gas powered doodlebug. Not sure who would have made that. I don't think it was. I don't know if it was an Alco or something out. You know, it could have been like maybe like a Chrysler style engine or a GM engine, but they ran a doodlebug for their stuff, and they're no longer around. It's really sad. Like I even asked them at the museum when we did a train ride not too long ago. I said, "Hey, are there any doodlebugs left?" And he said, "No, they've been scrapped." It's so sad. So let's see if this will run. Oh, so far so good. Go go go! Please God, don't throw a tire. Oh, I think we're rolling. We're rolling. Go go go! EMC pre EMD. I'm not sure. I think it was just the I'll have to look up what it was. Let's see. This engine's so quiet. I love it. Like, yeah, it's a cheaper Lionel locomotive, but it runs so smooth. There we go. It has a whistle. There you go. You guys can see it come on by. Yay. It works. So glad I got that working. Still needs new tires, though. They're completely rotted off of there. We get it to kind of crawl. Oh, no. A little bit more juice. Nope, it's just a nice smooth runner when the traction tires work. And then on track 2 tonight, I've got the really loud Norfolk Southern MPC Jeep 9. Ta-da! Sperry Rail Service used the former Doodlebugs for their test vehicles. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, I've only seen one or two Doodlebugs in person. I believe the Pennsylvania Railroad has one, and the B&O used to have one, but they have B&O's got the Speedliners, the Budliner coaches that are called Speedliners, and those things are so cool. Like the one I featured in the video that I took down there actually had a kitchen inside their Budliner set. There's a kitchen, excuse me, it was a kitchen combo car, and then a coach, all Budliners, and they have another working Budliner, but they said it wasn't working that day. Up top, I've got 2025 going up there. Let's run some trains. Let's make some noise. Oh yeah, there's my girls train. Or sorry, it's lady, or what is it? Little girls K line. It's so funny because like Lionel's set was called the Lady Lionel. The K line set is literally called the Little Girls Train. So I got the caboose from that set up top that I got at the train show. I literally just finished cleaning up this engine, and it's running pretty good. Needs a little bit of extra work on it. Classic Lionel whistle right there. Nice. All right, let's get these trains rocking and rolling here. Hey, Ray, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great week. Magnetic traction only works on tubular and fast track. Yeah, I believe so. I know it doesn't work on MTH's stuff. We'll get it over here. All right, guys, I'm actually going to swap out my other 2026 or 2025 because I forgot the engine up top does not have a cleaned out smoke unit, so I don't want it to burn up on me. So I'm going to switch them out. Swap this out too. All right, guys, I switched out the Norfolk Southern for an Erie engine for my 2032s. Oops. A little bit more power. This is better than any beeline I'll display out there in Macy's window at Christmas. Thank you so much. Oops. Now, this is the older 2025 up top now. Also, this one should smoke perfectly fine. Amtrak anniversary, 50th anniversary car. That's pretty cool. First train had a 84 or 8040 locomotive. I still have it, but it looks like it has been through World War One, World War Two, World War Three. That's how it is sometimes, right? I'm gonna give these Eries a break because they're doing a lot of work. The 2032s. I'll park them right there. Go up top. You see the 2025 going around. And those air whistles are so much fun. And that Erie is so quiet. I love it. Love it. Trying to figure out why this Pacific's not smoking. So I wonder if I can do some rigging here. Whoops, wrong lights. Sorry. Let's see. I might just need some smoke fluid. See, it's really warm too. Turn those lights off. See if it's got any smoke fluid left in here. Yeah, I've got some sets that things age sometimes better than others. Um, yeah, this smoker is really hot. So I'm wondering if it just didn't have any smoke fluid and it left. Oh, let's see if that worked. Sometimes I can do like my little speed test over here. But yeah, it's so crazy. Like the first set I ever had at my parents' place was my dad's really plasticky looking steam engines from the 1960s. And those things were absolute junk. Like him and I both agreed, they were not the best. And they were all plastic. Like you couldn't even open them up to maintenance them. And him and I would just run them as best as we could. And we'd have to sometimes go to the back of the layout and push them. And we dealt with that for a while. And then after a while, we picked up a Sioux line switcher that was didn't even have opening or operating couplers on it. They were molded couplers, and then we bought like a Pennsylvania livestock car looking thing. It's pretty crazy. Hey Roger, how's it going? But yeah, I went through it. I mean, we eventually worked up to getting some other things, and that's how I got started in it. Let's see if I can get this smoker to cooperate here. Oops, I don't want to short anything out. There's still smoke. Yeah, there's smoke in there, so we're good. I just want to make sure it wasn't out. It may not just be getting enough power, but I did add a little bit of smoke fluid, so I guess that helped out a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Usually, I'm not that archaic with doing that, but sometimes it helps, I guess. Let's see what she does now. Let's see if it smokes. This engine is actually very similar to the Ballyhoo Circus engine that Lionel came out with around the same time period. And I've actually fixed I fixed a smoker in one of those for a friend of mine. 8040 has a plastic boiler and tender, but the chassis is all metal. Yep, exactly. Yeah, let's see. So if he'll smoke now. I mean, the engine only draws like 2 amps. Yeah, definitely plastic. All of it's plastic. Yeah, those engines are so much fun. I mean, they were like giant plastic molds, and they just did not work right at all. Man, I don't see any smoke coming out of this thing at all. Let's see. We got her doing like a speed run. If I slow it down, it draws more amps. Let's try that. Huh. +1 traction tire. Rail fan Roger, what was your first Monday-Runday like? Oh, wow. That's actually a great question. Terrifying, honestly. Um, yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. It was terrifying. Let me move this over. So you guys can see me. There we go. So yeah, I didn't have the webcam yet. I'm actually looking to retire the webcam because it's not the best quality. I'm aware of that, and the audio side's fine. It's just the visual side. So this is a 1080 30 camera. So when we're doing train stuff, the trains are going by really really fast and everything. Sometimes it doesn't catch up with the camera, so everything kind of looks like a blur. And I don't think it's the best full HD camera. A lot of guys use the Logitech cameras, and when I purchased this camera, they were out of Logitech cameras because of the pandemic stuff. So I'm looking at getting a really nice Sony camera that you can actually use for live streaming or like as a webcam. That would definitely be the camera of choice because it's really nice. It does really well in low light. So I'm looking at doing one of those. Looking for a 4K. No, honestly, not 4K. Just because of the, I'm worried about the internet speed and the rendering of all that, the processing speed. Best way I can put it. Um, but yeah, 4K would be nice, but nah, this one's 1080 30, which is fine. It's an Allura Tech. I think they're made by Dell, but it's a great little camera for what we're doing here. But I like to step it up to the next level with equipment. We're getting more subs, and the channel's expanding. I like to grow as the channel grows and improve, and give you guys the best content that I can put out there without breaking the bank. Of course, the camera is expensive. It's about uh, between $500 and $700, but it's a really good camera. It's the Sony VZ1, I believe that's what it's called, or VZ1. I'm looking at getting one of those to help improve the channel. But yeah, the first Monday-Runday I ever did was actually done on the cell phone. I had it up on a tripod, and then I read the comments off the cell phone using a Prism Studio Live for my phone, and I didn't even have 100 subscribers yet. I think we had about 30 or 20 subscribers, and we did the first live stream. It was just so much fun, getting to talk with you guys, showing you guys projects, talking, you know, basically, connecting with the community. So yeah, it was terrifying. But the first Monday Run Day, I do remember I was scared. I actually was downstairs. I was like, I can't do it. I like went up to Nikki. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And eventually I got over that fear. And it's a true fear of going live and stuff like that. I mean, I don't have a script. I do not have a show planned usually. I've got events and things I'd like to talk about, but I do not follow a teleprompt. Everything is uncandid and live. And once it's there, it's there. You can't go back and fix it. So, but yeah, the lives are so much fun. They really help out the channel. And some guys only watch the lives. Some people like watching the videos. Some people don't watch live. So you kind of get the best of both worlds there. So it's pretty cool. And AMTK 642. I'm not sure what that engine is. Yeah, exactly. Nikki's right. Yeah, if I honestly I had a lot of issues doing the live streams at first. I was just like scared. I didn't know what to do. And then people, started watching everything and it was a lot of fun. It ended up being a great experience. Thanks, Tom. I try. I learned from the best. I got a lot of friends that are you know, they've been doing YouTube a lot longer than me, and they're great friends and resources to talk to. And it's good. I have a good friend group from the YouTube stuff as well that I didn't have before doing YouTube. So it's brought a lot of people together for the common good. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So it's been a great overall experience thus far. And even though we're more than halfway there to 1,000, I can't believe it. Like this is so exciting. And just putting stuff out there. I'm trying to look at some of the um, channel logistics and things like that. The channel's doing really, really well, and I'm just having fun with it and just enjoying meeting new people, showing you guys projects, showing you guys my knowledge of the train stuff, and then learning from you guys too. Like tonight, I learned that 1,000 box cars is not one K. It's like things like that. It's like it's not 1,000 boxers. It's the name of the company. It's like, oh, really? Okay, cool. I also learned about like rivet counter stuff and other models that are out of my realm compared to the older Lionel stuff I mess around with and some of the newer stuff too. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm glad I could help. I'm always learning as well, and it's the way I always viewed life like that. Everything's learning. If you're not learning, you're not living life, and everything in life is learning. Either learning or accepting. I've done things that are the wrong way, like train stuff, and some people have showed me like the correct way of how to do it. It's like, okay, well, it's different than what I was doing. That doesn't mean it's wrong, but it's just different. But there are some things I've done. It's like, oh man, this wiring's done wrong, or hey, this was painted the wrong way. It looks bad. What did I do wrong? You're like, oh, you painted it. Stuff like that. I've learned a lot how that stuff works. It's been a lot of fun. But guys, it's almost 11. Well, it's 10:33. I thought it was 10:38. We do one last little train run, and we can call the stream because it's getting late. But what else should I run with these New York Centrals? Let's see. I can put the Berkshire back. Was helping out with New Tracks Modeling, which is also a live Zoom meeting. Oh, that's cool. It has me put off of doing things live. Oh, geez. Yeah, it's like I know there's some channels out there that will they're kind of hostile. Like there's I'm not going to mention any channels or anything like that, but I was watching a live stream once and these guys were fighting over how to weather stuff, and it was just a really big turnoff. I was just like, you know what, this isn't fun. Like if you guys are going to sit here and argue about your technique, I mean that's pretty low. Honestly, there's like everyone's got their own way of doing things. Like nothing's wrong. If it looks bad, it might look good to someone else. Like it's their preference, or they could be proud of that locomotive. Like I've never ever shut down someone um, something they've ever created or done, because like I know my scenery isn't the best, and this is like a hybrid layout. Like I've said it on the channel multiple times. It's a toy train layout with model overtones. That's just the best way I can explain it, because not everything on here is modeled, or perfect scale. It's it's a hybrid layout, and that's what I've really wanted. I wanted a layout that looks somewhat realistic, like a town, but has some different things on it that are not scale, like my banjo signal and my bell tower, stuff like that. Brian Rock, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great week. Yeah, I've got accessories on here that are definitely not model quality at all. Like I've got an old Marx lamp or Marx lamp over there, old Lionel lamp over there, all that stuff. It's more over the technical side, like the delay between Zoom and YouTube. Oh, yeah, I've seen that before. That can be really annoying. That's why I've tried fixing the. We had a really bad buffering problem last week, or yeah, just a connectivity problem last week. I fixed that. I bit that. I was like, no, not this week. And we haven't had one problem yet. Knock on the painted wood desk a lot. We haven't had one problem thus far with the stream cutting out or anything. So yeah, Nick, yeah. I also like to thank my viewer that reached out to me about the internet. He recommended changing some settings on the router to a different channel. So thank you so much if you're watching this or rewatching it. I didn't want to mention your name for privacy reasons, but thank you so much for helping me out with that. That is looks like it's done a great job. Of course, as soon as I say that, the stream's going to say buffering, and yeah, that's how it works. It's life, right? Radar. I watch people's channels to learn how they build their layouts. Yeah, I would love to do a layout update. I haven't done one of those in months. Once I get the new camera, how about that? I'll give you guys a layout update video. And if you watch some of my first videos, it is so weird how empty this whole table is. I didn't even have one. Well, actually, I had the main line put in, then I had the upper track. Didn't even have foam in it yet, like for the mountain. But I was looking at that the other day and I was like, wow, like what happened? But yeah, it's come a long way. Yeah, I hand wire everything too. Yep. The whole layout here, just letting you guys know, all the lights on the layout are all done in parallel. So I ran my two leads from the start of the transformer. I just ran them around the whole table, and whenever it needs power, I just tap into it. The accessory lines are also done like that too. It gets kind of weird when you have the accessories with the built-in lights, things like that. I think we're having pizza for dinner. Which is I love pizza. But I think that's what's on for dinner. Should be pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Need to go back and watch your early videos. Always enjoyed seeing how on YouTube. Oh, they're bad. Like I'm always improving, but my earlier videos, I'm just so proper. I'm just like, oh, whoa. It's like, nah. I've I've progressed. Like I'm not trying to toot my own whistle over here, but it's definitely changed. Like the style of videos have definitely changed. These are more natural and things like that. When I first started doing YouTube, I was so scared of like, what if someone doesn't like it? And then I learned not everyone will like everything. It's just the way it is. And that's something if you guys are, if any of you guys are aspiring content creators, that's one thing to remember. It's like someone down thumbs a video. Okay, well, then it's not for them. But if you have even five, thumbs up, like on the stream, we have 21 thumbs up, and someone might thumbs down it, and it just means it's not for them, and that's fine. That's just how life works. The network. Oh, yeah, yeah. I haven't done that. I let Comcast do their magical box that prints out $100 invoice every month. Whoever owned this house prior, they actually put coaxials in each room of the house. So like every room in this house except the bathroom, but the basement, the basement, the kitchen, the living room, both bedrooms, and the attic all have coaxials and phone lines. So I'm not sure what they were doing back then in this house, but they must have had a TV in every room. Must have been pretty cool. But we don't have cable because it's expensive. And when you're first starting out, it's like, do I get cable or do I get Netflix and then watch YouTube to get my news and stuff like that? It's interesting, I stuff you take for granted when you grow up. It's like my parents had cable, and I'd sit there and watch SpongeBob and the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, and just like sit there and you know fry. And now it's like I can't afford cable. It's just so funny how that is. Buffalo chicken tenders, stuffing, and veggies, and a salad. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, it's what else? Sorry, my lights are flickering over there again. My light tower, it's got a ground issue, so it flickers. So yeah, real fun stuff over there. But yeah, also the comments disappeared for a second. That was weird. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of other projects going on this week. You guys will definitely see those coming out. I want to do a couple more tutorial videos on some wiring and things like that. Those seem to be doing really well. And then if I can, I'll post the Norfolk, or not Norfolk Southern, but the NCR video. And I might do some rail fanning around where I grew up this weekend, depending on a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get out there or not, but I might do some rail fanning in Rosedale, Maryland. It all depends. I'm not sure. I gotta ask Nikki if we can do that. But there's a CSX main line that comes through in the Rosedale, Maryland area, and there's some places that you can sit there and watch trains. But yeah, that might be on the list of things to do this weekend because we're supposed to have some other things going on around the same area in town. So maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, but it'd be a lot of fun. And it's either that or I go to Strasbourg on like Sunday or something like that. But anyways, guys, I'm actually gonna call the stream. It's 10, yeah, 10:40. It's like 10:40 something. I'm gonna send dinner to a flat car. Oh my god, that'd be great. Yeah, unfortunately, the food would be like this going up the steps. So I may not. You might have to use a covered hopper and then smash it in there. Use a covered hopper and then make sure you got the locks on each vent so it can't like fly out. That's the other thing I have to do. I have to do the covered hopper challenge. I was challenged from RJ 78 Productions. He was here earlier in the stream. I have to do the covered hopper challenge. So that will be out this week too. I've neglected to do that. I apologize. And then I believe my challenger was the pick challenger was Jamie. So yeah. Yeah, time definitely flew by. Yeah, everyone, thank you so much for coming into the stream. Of course, whenever I end the stream, people come in at the last minute. But yeah, I'm serious this time. I got to get back to trying to get ready for bed because we have a long day tomorrow. But yeah, anyone in here starting school or a new job with this new school season starting up, have a great start of the 2021 school year, 2022. Thanks so much for joining in tonight. You guys are great. Hey Ed, no problem, man. This is like I said, this is always so much fun and just running trains, talking about trains, just hanging out. But you guys are the reason why I'm here. You know, but yeah, stay tuned for videos. I'll surprise you guys with something. And if I do get the new camera, I'm definitely going to go out filming something. Either it's during the week or yeah, we'll figure it out. So all right, guys, if you're anyone watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Always consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys in future streams just like this. Have a great night and happy railroading. See you guys. Hey, you guys, have a good night.